episode of the S3 podcast, the Sector 3 podcast.
Alright. Sorry I'm late. I heard we're going racing or something.
Yeah.
It's a little dark out. I don't know if this is safe.
I mean, it's bright red. I think people can see you.
True.
Well.
I don't know. It just doesn't look like we're ready to do that right now.
I guess I missed that memo.
Oh, well,
I mean, who needs safety anyway? Why do I need a fire? Why do I need a fire suit? Why do I need
I guess I don't need this on then. This is awkward. This thing was really hard to put on. I don't fit in it like I used to. You know, when you put on 10 pounds, it's a little hard. Luckily for me, then again, I don't have my old, like, undershirt and stuff. It used to be like a black long sleeve, and the shorts didn't help either. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and they, thems, you are watching a master at work. Okay.
Welcome.
You know, it's the first race of the weekend. I have to make a grand entrance.
That was grand for sure.
Thank you. I'm just happy I didn't sweat while I was trying to do that.
He just starts dripping sweat.
It felt like it took a lot more effort than it probably did, to be honest. So, hey everyone, welcome to Sector 3, Episode 3. We are here. It is the first race weekend of the season, baby. We are down under. Let's fucking go. We are down under in Australia. We are just going to do a little pre-Melbourne episode report thing and kind of talk about how practice went. Later on tonight, we are recording this right after FP3. We will be watching qualifying together, Jacob and I. But so if you haven't watched the first two episodes of S3, yes, you should. We did a recap of last year and a bit of a testing report and some of our spicy season predictions, which they were very spicy. If you were not there, you should watch it. Now, I'm divided the practice performances based on these three different categories that I did for testing as well, which are the first one being Bleh. Essentially, the teams that we thought just did not do enough. They didn't look good. And then we have meh. Just either they did what we expected them to, or they were just all right. And then we have essentially the teams we thought did really well or overperformed our expectations. Yep. And then after that, we're going to give some predictions, kind of under the same format as our second episode. We're going to talk about who we think is going to be the worst team and driver of this weekend, the best team driver of this weekend, our underdog team and driver of the weekend, and our underbog team and driver of the weekend. Just to kind of explain what the underdog underbog thing is. Underdog is going to be the team and driver that at the current moment don't look like they are going to perform based on current expectations, but we think they just might pull a surprise out the bag. And then underbog are essentially the team and driver that we typically think would perform at a higher level, but they will not only not meet expectations, they will be below our expectations. We're going to have one logical and one illogical prediction. Essentially, the logical one means based on current evidence and the vibe of the weekend and some things that might happen, this thing will happen. And the illogical prediction is just based on no evidence, pure vibe. But the last prediction is the spiciest prediction of them all. The pure superstition prediction. This is just absurd. There's no logic. There's no evidence that can point to this thing even being a reality. It's stupid. It's absurd. If this happens, this ends up being the case, we are God. We see into the future. We are time travelers. Everything that you know is a lie. And then last but not least, we are going to predict our top 5 finishing order for the week. And then we're going to run this episode off, and you will see us after the race in Australia. But first, before we get into everything that I just talked about, wanted to highlight a couple things that happened during the weekend, and one thing that we're going to look forward to. So, we have some breaking news already in the driver silly season. Oscar Piastri has signed a multi-year deal with McLaren. That was honestly something that I wasn't expecting. At least to not happen this early, let alone for it to be for an unspecified amount of time. This deal is probably going to be going for a bit. It's going to be going for a while, which is something that I look forward to. I honestly can't see Oscar Piastri in anything else other than orange and black overalls. So for me, I feel good. Congratulations to him. It's something that the team doesn't have to worry about for the rest of the season. They're going to be contending. This won't be a distraction. I think good move on McLaren to just get it over with so then they can just 100% focus on what's coming forward for them in 2025. You have any thoughts, Jacob?
Absolutely. I mean, as you said, big congratulations to Oscar. Not only do I think it is a huge deal for him, also, as you said, it's a huge team or a huge deal for the team as well. That's one less thing that they have to worry about. Oscar doesn't have to have this little demon on his shoulder saying, but where are you going to be driving? Where are you going to be driving? So I think they are making a statement for sure, saying like, we are here to win this both this year.
100%. I also think it takes away a big player for some that's in the driver market right now. The only other person that we could put at that same caliber is George Russell. He is on an expiring contract right now. Based on his interviews throughout the weekend, he said that he's very much going to take it with the flow. He's not worrying about it right now. He knows what he's worth. At this point, he's the most valuable commodity in the driver market. So I think he knows that the ball is in everybody else's court. So good on George. You know, he's going to get that big check with whoever he signs with. Most likely he'll end up just staying with Mercedes. He has no reason to go to another team. So I think he ends up staying. But that'll be a conversation that we have if there is some crazy breaking news. We'll film an episode here on S3 and talk all about it later. Another thing that I wanted to bring up for this weekend, Jacob, there is a 91% chance of rain for the race day. The last time that there was rain in an Australian Grand Prix was in 2010. The winner of that race was Jenson Button and his second race for McLaren. Funny enough. It seems like my pure superstition prediction came early. We had two. We're going to have a sunny practice. We're going to have a sunny qualifying. And then it's going to be torrential downpour tomorrow. It seems like I've manifested something beyond my understanding. Oh, yeah. I'm just... Dude, let me tell you something. I did one of these. And I was like, yeah, it's raining tomorrow. Oh, yeah. It's raining. It's pouring. It's pouring tomorrow. It's gonna change the dynamic of the race for sure. There has been no wet running in Australia in the modern era at all, or at least like any valuable wet running, and so it's gonna be chaos tomorrow, and that'll kind of show itself in my predictions later in the episode. But Uh, Honestly, the grid that I predicted, it'll probably not even be close to accurate. Rain adds a variable in any F1 race that we tend to not consider, which is performance kind of goes out the window. It becomes a skill based Grand Prix at that point. Whoever can keep it on
Skill-based
track,
matchmaking.
exactly. Whoever can keep it on track, whoever can stay composed, whoever can stay focused is going to be the person that ends up finishing at the front. And we've seen that many, many times throughout the past couple years. I mean, you can just look at Max Verstappen's win in Brazil last year. He went 17th to first in that torrential downpour of a Brazilian Grand Prix.
Oh yeah.
We've seen it happen before. It's either going to be cinema or it's going to be super boring. That's typically how these wet races go if it just rains from start to finish. So we'll see how things ramp up tomorrow and how qualifying ends up going later.
Absolutely. I'm so looking forward to qualifying, and I'm so looking forward to the rest of this episode.
Oh, it's going to be so great. We're going to have fun. Compared to our last two episodes, it'll most likely be a shorter, sweet episode. The first two are going to be like 2 hours.
They are hefty. They are hefty.
Jacob is in the trenches, locked in editing right now.
I am. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
Exactly.
This podcast.
Exactly. And you know what? Just to commend Jacob's efforts, you should subscribe to the channel and give us a little like. Maybe share the podcast with your friends and your family, even if they don't care about pieces of metal on four wheels. Support the homies. Support the homies. Now,
it takes one click.
Oh yeah, it takes one click. And then the other two, maybe a couple clicks, but Anyway, let's talk about practice, Jacob. I just finished watching FP3. I watched it straight through. I kind of had to remind myself what happened yesterday. I was kind of watching it, sort of. Some entertaining things happen. FP1, there were a lot of mistakes, especially through, I believe, that turn 9 chicane where there's that gravel trap right on the left side.
Yep.
We saw a lot of drivers kicking up gravel to the point that there was a red flag just so then track workers could clean up the mess that the cars were making. It seems like that gravel trap is going to cause a problem throughout the Grand Prix weekend. We saw Oliver Bearman take an absurd pirouette into the wall at some point in FP1. In terms of how I feel about it, it's a rookie mistake. I expect rookie mistakes. These things are going to happen. He did catch it coming out of the gravel trap, but it seemed like the Haas car kind of bottomed out and then snapped him into a bout of oversteer and then sent him into the wall. He did the best he could to kind of avoid an accident. That car might be ready for qualifying in about an hour and a half in our current time zone. We don't know. But this looks like it's going to be a weekend to forget, not only for Oliver Bearman, but for Haas in general. They don't look as quick as I thought they were going to be, which has me, as a Haas fan, worried. I don't like feeling this way.
Heart sank.
Yeah, which leads me into the first team in my Bleh category. It's Haas. They look bad. They look really bad. Slower than we thought. It seemed like in testing they were just doing their own thing. I hope it's just not a pile of bricks with wheels on it. This would be really bad, and we all know how important the first couple races of the season are. A lot of these lower end teams need early on momentum to gather the most chunk of points that they can before everybody starts ramping up development. And if Haas seriously don't pick up the pace, then I could see them finishing definitely in the bottom half of the constructor standings this year, much farther than I thought they were going to. They might finish in that 8th spot, maybe even 9th if they keep looking like this over the course of the year. So, yeah, bleh for Haas throughout practice.
For sure. I mean, couldn't have said it better myself. They not only had to contend with that crash, but yikes. Just yikes. Yikes.
Big yikes.
Big yikes for Haas fans. So sorry, Luca.
It's all right. They're not a real American team anyway. So, Cadillac. You know what? At least they're going to have a GM motor in the back. The only thing I hope is that it's not a Camaro V6 because that would not do well for them next year. But let's move on to my next team in the blue category. Funny enough, Jacob, you're wearing them on your head. Let's talk about Red Bull. Wow, Liam Lawson is going to have a bad weekend. He's not looking fast enough. FP3 also saw him exit the session with some sort of power unit failure. It doesn't seem like it's something super major, but he might just have to take up an engine allocation for this race, and it's only the first race of the season. That reliability mishap kind of raises a question mark for me in terms of how Red Bull is going to fare for the rest of the season. Very strange. But other than, Max's pretty solid time in FP3 on a set of softs, throughout FP1 and FP2, they just looked all right. Kind of like where we were talking about in our second episode. They don't look like they are good enough right now to contend for the constructors title, and we're gonna need to see performances from Max, kind of like what we saw in FP3, where he can push that car to places that most likely it doesn't belong, and we are seeing evidence of that from how Liam Lawson hasn't really been able to handle this car. I mean, don't get me wrong. Another thing that I forgot to mention was that this is Lawson's first time driving at Albert Park. Every other one of his former F2 compatriots have driven this circuit in F2 before. They have that track experience. Liam Lawson has not driven here yet. So I kind of have to give him the benefit of the doubt. This also just kind of seems like a weekend to forget for Liam. Maybe they'll have the car ready for qualifying so that he can have a solid chance to put in a good performance for the race. But if they can't get it ready, most likely he'll be starting in the pit lane or from dead last, and it won't be representative of where he actually is in comparison to the rest of the field. So it's just going to be another case of Max Verstappen is an enigma, but the car is just bleh.
I mean, personally, I put Red Bull in meh because, not enough information for me.
All right.
Max is doing his thing. As you said, Liam had that problem. And so I just don't have enough information, and I don't know. They're just like, part of me is just not counting out Red Bull yet.
That's valid. I mean, we also have to remember that throughout these sessions, there's a Mercedes-powered team that looked really fast that we did not expect to be sitting up in the top 5. But we'll talk about them later. I have them in a different category for practice ratings. I want to talk about my third team and my final team in the bleh category. And that would be Alpine. They look really slow for some reason around here. Put in an impressive performance in FP1 and FP2. He looked pretty solid on the longer run stuff on the harder tire. Gasly doesn't look like he's comfortable, even though he didn't really have any absurd mishaps. Um, it just didn't seem like they were pushing towards that upper echelon of time that I would have expected from them, especially considering that we were talking about Alpine competing with Williams, and Williams look absurdly faster. But we're going to talk about them later, like I said. Uh, the expectation was high heading into this weekend, and now I'm once again kind of like with Haas. I'm questioning how fast they really are at this point, heading into the season. Maybe qualifying will prove me wrong. Maybe I was right in my preseason predictions, but just kind of a bleh weekend for so far for Alpine in the first and second half of the days worth of running. Just just bleh, bleh.
Yeah, just bleh. I agree with you. I also put Alpine in bleh, and yeah, yeah, I love the car.
It's really
But
pretty.
it's really pretty, but it's looking not that great. But only practice. We will see how it really shakes down after qualifying, and then of course after the Grand Prix. But I agree, bleh for me.
Very much a bleh performance from Alpine. Jacob, do you have any other team in the bleh category? I only have three.
I only had those two, Haas and
Okay,
Alpine.
cool. So let's move on to meh. I had four teams in meh. I'm gonna start with my first one. You said you had Red Bull here already. My first meh team is Aston Martin. They look about where I expected them to be. They look slow. That's really all I can say. Fernando, I think, finished eighth in that third practice session, which, it's Fernando Alonso. Maybe he can do what I said he could not, which is pull out some performances in a really slow car. But, I mean, Lance is in the back. And if Lance is in the back, then they're just going to be not great because he's going to take away points that someone like a capable hand of Fernando Alonso will be able to get out of this car. And they just kind of bottom feeders right now. Yeah, it's about what I expect from Aston Martin right now.
I agree. I also have Aston in meh, and for many of the exact same reasons. It's just looking about exactly as we thought it would look. Just slow. Just slow.
Just slow.
Although I did see that video of Lance Stroll with the double save through the middle of the fast chicane, which was really impressive. Great one, but yeah, I agree. Meh performance from Aston Martin. We'll see in qualifying.
We'll see. My next team in the meh category is Racing Bulls. They looked
Interesting.
a little faster than I thought. And a certain Isaac Hadjar impressed me by not sending it into the wall at some point, to be honest, because I expected not a lot from Isaac. I'm not going to lie. At some point, I believe in FP2 faster than Yuki Tsunoda, but it's FP2. No one's really doing competitive running in that second session. But he seemed like a capable, reliable set of hands in this Racing Bulls car. Yuki Tsunoda putting up a top 10 time in FP3, which seems pretty promising. But I still have my reservations. This might just be that the characteristics and the philosophy of this Racing Bull car is suited to the ebbs and flows of Albert Park. It might just be that this car fits this track really well. I don't want to jump the gun and say that they're looking faster, like much faster than I thought they were. I think just from what I have watched over the past 3 hours of practice is that one, I underestimated Isaac Hadjar. I think is one thing, and two, it's what we have been saying about Yuki Tsunoda is that he's going to put this car in places that it does not deserve to be in, which is those kind of lower to mid end point scoring positions. So I'm going to give them a meh, not because they did not look good, but because I just want to wait and see if it's a track thing or if the car is actually fast or faster than I thought it was.
Okay, so I actually put Racing Bulls in eh because of the same reasons why you put them in meh. I thought they looked faster than I expected. Isaac Hadjar had that nice save and also didn't put it into the wall. He did a nice save by not running into slow traffic, which granted, it's kind of you would hope they would just slow down in time, but he's a rookie. He's a rookie in a Formula One car for the first time. So I also wouldn't have been surprised if he did just send it into the back of another car. But regardless,
Yep.
like Lucas said, I think we underestimated Isaac Hadjar. But he's
Oh,
looking.
completely. I already am apologizing. I'm on the Isaac Hadjar apologize bandwagon already.
Yeah.
He actually looks as fast as he did in F2. Um, it's just going to be a matter of is he going to be a hothead throughout the year? Because he did kind of have a similar attitude thing to Yuki Tsunoda. But he does look like a capable set of hands right now. He does look fast in that car. Will he compete with the likes of a Yuki? That remains to be seen. We still have 25 races to go. Like, we're not even done with the first one. But in this first set of practice sessions, really solid from Isaac and really solid from Yuki. If he can put it into a point scoring position to give Racing Bulls a decent little point haul to start the year, I think Lauren Meckies would be very happy with that. Yeah, so
Yep.
I'm, like I said, hands up. I don't know if they're actually this fast or not. That's why I haven't been meh. However, Jacob was impressed enough to put them in. Yeah.
And yeah, so that's where I put Racing Bulls personally.
Okay. My next team in the meh category. Please don't hate me, Jacob. Ferrari.
Really?
I have Ferrari
Interesting.
in
Okay.
the meh category.
Go ahead.
I expected them to be way faster than they are. Collectively. Lewis Hamilton, I got to give him props. There was one lap that got aborted in FP3 that he hit the fastest sector early in sector 1 and he abandoned it. And I was watching the computer and I was like, hold on, Lewis.
Whoa.
Hold on, Lewis. Hold on a second. But then he finished like 7th after the end, after everything was said and done. And it's kind of what I was saying in our preseason predictions, where I think this is going to be a year of adjustment for Lewis Hamilton. And that will work to Ferrari's detriment for now until he gets slowly but surely more acclimated throughout the year. As for Charles Leclerc, he looks just as fast as I expected him to. However, there are a pair of Brits and one particular Aussie that look just that bit faster right now. So, are they as fast as I expected them to be? Not really. I honestly expected Lewis to give me more of an impression. Even though, as I was watching him drive the car in FP3, it looked like a very controlled ride. It didn't seem like he was having difficulty driving the car, and that's kind of where I had a problem with this in a way. Because you compare the time from FP2 and you compare the time to FP3, he's only 0.2 faster in FP3 than FP2. And if that's going to be a sign of what his performance is going to look like in qualifying, that he can't push that much further than where he's already at, that's not going to help Ferrari in their title hopes, both constructors and drivers. So I just gave him a minute. I just wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. I wanted to be impressed. It was one of those like Lewis Hamilton, show me what you got type of sessions for me, and he didn't show me what he had. Leclerc looked fast, but just not fast enough. So just meh. I just have him in meh.
Okay. Yeah. Personally, I had Ferrari in and not because their results came out incredible or anything, but just because for whatever reason, and I don't have, this is not my pure superstition, by the way, but it might sound like it. For whatever reason, I feel like Ferrari are sandbagging.
Jacob. Jacob, come on, man. It's FP3.
I feel like they're sandbagging.
How much can you sandbag other than FP3? Like, come on. They could sandbag in FP2 or FP1, which they did. They didn't look that fast. But FP3, I mean, you got to show something. You got to do qualifying runs, and they didn't look good. They didn't look fast enough.
I think they're sandbagging. But I put them in meh because, you know, it was honestly still about where I expected them to be. But then also, again, like I keep saying, grain of salt. And we'll see.
Grain of salt. That it's only the first weekend of the year. We can only put so much context into this weekend. We've only had testing. We've only had practice so far. In about an hour, we're going to watch qualifying. You can only say so much so far, you know?
Yeah.
But moving on. I have another team in meh, Mr. Jacob. I have 4 here.
Okay.
My last team is... Excuse me. McLaren.
Wow.
I have McLaren in meh.
Okay.
Why the fuck is Lando Norris so slow? With all due respect. No, listen, Jacob. I'm going to be very blunt with my Lando Norris criticisms this year. Because this guy's the championship favorite. You need to show that you're the championship favorite. And you got your teammate looking much faster than you right now. Not only that, George Russell is faster than you. There's another Brit faster than you in another car. You got to step up your game. Like, bad. I need you to show me something. Lewis Hamilton, whatever. He's getting Italian lessons, all right? You need to step up. Bad. That also goes for Oscar, because he wasn't that much faster than George. Not that much. Not by much, at least in what I saw. Verstappen's right there. He's biting at your heels right now.
Russell was 39 thousandths slower, and Verstappen was 81 thousandths slower than Piastri.
They are right there. They are right there.
That's the top 3 within a tenth of a second.
Right there. You need to be there. And not only be there, you need to be convincingly there. Like, testing showed us, mind you, this is testing. Testing showed us that by far and away you were the fastest car. Why are you not the fastest car? You are 2 number 1s, right? That's what Zach Brown keeps saying. He keeps shoving that down the media's throats. We have 2 number 1s. We have 2 number 1s. Why the fuck aren't they driving like 2 number 1s? You want the title? You got to act like it. Show me that you got 2 number 1s. Because right now, I don't see 2 number 1s. I see 3rd in the Constructors' Championship. Maybe 4th. Or are you sandbagging? Are you pulling a Ferrari like Jacob's thinking? I don't know. But I'm going to be real harsh. Like, Lando looks slow. Lando looked slow. He did not look fast enough. He didn't look like a championship contender to me. I need him to show me that he is. This is title or die year. I said it. I'm gonna act like it. Just meh. Just meh. Meh.
Wow, that was.
And look, it's not because I'm mad. I just want to see him win the title. I want to see him do it. And I'm going to be blunt because I want to see him do it. You got to show me you're fast. You didn't show me you're fast. So drive fast. Drive the damn car. Be Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen can take cars that are not good enough into places that are good enough. You aren't showing that you have that ability, that you have that drive, that you have that hunger for racing and to only win. I don't see it. That's been your main criticism. That's been holding you down. That's why Russia happened. That's why last year happened. The title got just slowly but surely dragged from you like it was torture. You gotta show me something. You gotta show me something. I need standing on business Hamilton attitude in Lando Norris. That's what I need to see. That's the type of shit that wins titles. He's shown me he doesn't have it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I know I'm very passionate about it right now, but I am right. I think you can say I'm right, Jacob.
That's the thing. I 100% agree with you. I also put McLaren in meh, and Piastri's looking strong, but of course they're right there, man. I mean, you make one micro adjustment, you're fourth.
You're fifth.
And
Maybe seventh, because
it's not even a mistake. It's not even a full mistake.
It's just a little slide, a little kick up of gravel. You ride the curb a little too much.
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes.
All of a sudden, you're not there anymore. And the fact that Lando is not there, I mean, come on, man. Exactly like Luca said, we need stand on business Lando Norris.
Yeah.
We need to see.
Break up with your girlfriend, bro.
We need to see that you can you can do it. We need to see that you know that you can do it. Not
leave quadrant to somebody else for the rest of the season. Break up with your girlfriend. Like, come on, man. It's title or nothing, baby.
I mean, that too. Just like Lucas said, it's who knows what these cars are going to look like in 2026. They could go to the back of the grid.
This might be your only shot.
This may be your only shot. Your only shot, and I'm rooting for you. I really am. But
me too. That's why I'm yelling at them.
But they're meh. They're meh.
They're just meh, and they can't be. That's like I said, Jacob, in the preseason predictions. I said that it's going to be really close for the first 10 races, and it's looking that way as of right now. It's those little margins, like you said. It's the little mistakes. It's the small things that add up to a lot of things that are going to take away from a title challenge. If you mess up, even just a little bit, those 5 points, those 3 points, those 7 points, we got 25 races. That adds up. And you got somebody like Max Verstappen that's shown that he can claw something out. Lewis Hamilton, he's not there yet. But when he is, we know he's capable. Same with Charles Leclerc. George is looking like that right now. I'm very impressed with George. Very impressed. But it's like, I'm sorry, Zach Brown. I can't believe you when you say you have 2 number ones when they're not racing like number ones. They're just not. They're not doing enough.
It needs to be a convincing...
completely convincing.
And not only convincing, it needs to be a dog fight between Oscar and Lando.
I need Hamilton Rosberg all over again.
Exactly.
all over again.
Exactly. We need that. McLaren needs that.
McLaren needs that right now.
This season. But
yeah,
McLaren and meh for me.
Just meh. Yeah. Moving on to wait, let's have a little bit of a happier conversation, Jacob. I know that we went a little bit of a McLaren tangent there, but deserved McLaren tangent. Let's talk about the category. I'm so happy about this one that I get to put them here in the first race. Let's talk about Williams. Oh, dude. What the fuck?
Just say off the bat, I agree.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Dude, hold on. Wait. I'm getting really excited right now. I'm so sorry. No, actually, this adds to the podcast. I'm getting really excited right now because Carlos Sainz and Alexander Albon finished 5th and 6th within 0.3 of the top teams in FP3. Who was expecting that? Listen, I was thinking like maybe 8th for Carlos and like 10th. But to be in that fight with those top 4 teams, you got Liam Lawson that's looking like he might be out of the picture. This is a massive opportunity for Williams. And the thing is that they look convincingly fast. They look way faster than I thought they were going to be. Like by a iron marathon, by an Iron Man's worth of distance, they look far and away very, very fast. And these are 2 of the best in those seats. Carlos Sainz is no joke. He just came off of a really, really good year for Ferrari. Alex has shown that he can be just as good on his day, and it looks like it's his day. It looks like it's his day. I don't know what the hell James Vowles told Toto Wolff when he got those engines in the back of those cars. What sugar, spice, and everything nice he put in those damn things. Oh my God, Williams are up. We're so up. This is crazy. I can't believe it.
So up. And not only, right? And I have the timing sheet pulled up right here. Sainz and Albon finished 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th.
But no worries. Not only did they finish 6th and 7th, the people behind them that round out the top 10, Hamilton, Tsunoda, and Norris. Tell me, in what world did we ever see Sainz and Albon in a Williams in front of Hamilton and Norris this season? Not in a lifetime.
That's why I'm so mad about Norris. That's why I'm so upset about Norris. It's like you have a team with the same power plant as you, with way less people, way less funding. They closed the gap so much compared to last year at the start of the season. This is probably one of the best team jumps I have seen in a long time. This is how do you go from almost back of the grid? They finished 9th last year, if I'm not mistaken. They are in the top fight right now. They are competing with the best. I'm going to look at the camera for this one. And I'm going to stand up. James Vowles, dude. I know I'm being very improper right now, and I should be treating you with a little more gentlemanly respect. Also, I'm not wearing the best fit right now, because it's midnight. Thank you. From the bottom of my F1 fan heart, thank you for doing what you've done with this team. I have been waiting for so long for somebody to bring Williams back from the 7th gate of hell, and you, sir, like an angel descending from the heavens, have just dragged them back up. Wow. I am impressed. I'm impressed with what you've done, sir. I hope you get all of your yearly bonuses this year, because, oh wow, it's shaping up to be a good one for y'all. They look so good. So good.
So good. And not only that, they are 6,000ths of a second apart. 6,000.
So close.
It's going to be whatever happens, wherever Williams finish this season. Honestly, if it's this tight of a battle between Sainz and Albon all season, I don't care where they finish. I don't care where they finish.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. This is just everything. Everything I could have wanted from Williams this year has already happened. Everything I could have wanted. Like, beyond my expectation. This is perfect start. Perfect start. Incredible. Wow.
Williams?
We could gush all day. All night about this. But they look they look really good.
They're looking good.
They look really good. Next, another Mercedes-powered car. Let's talk about the Mercedes. Yeah, that's right. They power themselves. Who knew that? It's not like Alpine are going to get powered by the same engine next year, and then maybe they'll be just as fast as everybody else. We'll see. But I want to talk about Mercedes. George Russell. Oh my. Oh dear. He's looking for real. Is this the year for Georgie boy? Is this the year that he really competes for a title? Because if he's looking like that consistently throughout the year, I mean, it's kind of like what I said in my preseason prediction. This is the year of the Brits. We might just see a tight fight at the top between the two pairs of Brits, by a pair of Brits up there. If George keeps performing like this on Lando's off days, because I have my reservations about Oscar, I'm not entirely he might contend for the title just yet. If George keeps doing this, showing that pace, that consistency, that car looks easy, because it hasn't looked easy recently. If he's shown that car looks easy, I don't know. We might just have a surprise this year. We might be completely wrong about our predictions, Jacob, as to how this year's going to go in the driver's fight.
Honestly, I wouldn't even care. I think it would be so funny if our predictions were completely wrong.
Agreed.
But, I agree. Mercedes. And for me. Not only but almost wow.
Oh, shit.
Almost wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because Russell, he's looking good, right? He's right there. He's looking good.
But I haven't even mentioned the other half of the garage.
Exactly. What are we doing? What is Kimi Antonelli doing up there?
My rookie of the year. Like, already doing
good.
Doing rookie of the year things.
But looking this good?
This good.
Already?
Oh yeah. We are so up.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, dude, wow, this kid looks so fast. If he's competing the way that he's going to be competing like that, and he looks so fast, so composed. Him driving is like art. I was watching that man driving FP3. Wow. Just both cars look just oof. They might just be the fastest car. They just might be, and they haven't. We don't know. But they look really good.
They look fast.
They look really fast. They're really fast. Wow. So Mercedes. Wow.
There's one team left.
There is one team left, and we haven't mentioned them. Let's talk about Sauber.
Let's talk about what are they doing?
Gabriel Bortoleto in 10th. Hello? Hi? I'm sorry, this isn't the Sauber team I saw in testing. I'm sorry. What is this?
Literally,
Hi.
What is this?
What are we doing? We said you were going to be in the back. What is happening? I'm speechless, frankly. Like, of all the teams that we put in the category, like, we've had a lot of superlatives to say. This has left me speechless. I'm sitting there thinking, like, Bortoleto and Hulkenberg, if the luck plays out their way, they could score points here. They could. Mind you, it's going to be rain-stricken tomorrow, so it's going to be a little different. But if the cards are played right and everything falls their way, they could score points here. And that would be huge for a Sauber team that looked really bad. Not even 2-3 weeks ago. They looked really bad. And the car looks bad on top of that. It's not working out for them. But, wow. Hell, I don't know where this came from. I really don't. So far, they look good. Like, mid-table good. But we didn't expect them to be that good. What are your thoughts, Jacob?
We did not expect them to look good at all. Like Lucas said, we thought they were going to be all the way in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Not, literal boat.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Like, but what are we talking about here? Bortoleto in 11th. 11th.
11th.
And 11th. And, right? The whole field is separated by 1.4 seconds.
It's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
It's
and
not
he's
a lot.
only 7, almost 8 tenths off of Piastri. I mean, let's take a little bit of a step back and perspective to see. Do you know, viewer, do you know how quick 7 tenths of a second is?
You have no idea. That's not even a blink of an eye, if I'm not mistaken.
A literal snap.
Faster than that.
Literal snap.
This right here, faster than that.
Yeah. So let's not get it twisted, right? All of these guys are so incredibly quick, but we did not expect Sauber to be this quick.
Or for Gabriel Bortoleto to be the faster one, mind you. On top of that,
like, let's talk about that. What is Nico doing?
Okay, F2 champ, I see you. Hey, meu brasileiro. Oi, irmão. Oi, irmão. Gabriel.
What he said.
Eu vou dizer uma coisa agorinha. I'm gonna hit him with some Portuguese, alright? Irmão. Eu não tenho palavras pra dizer pra você. Que bom isso era. Cara, eu não entendo aonde você... Deus... Não pode ser, cara. Não, eu não creia. Agora eu creio. Agora sim. Agora sim, cara. Mas... Irmão. Wow. I believe. I'm a believer. I'm a Gabriel Bortoleto believer. That's my dog. That's my Brazilian brother right there. That's my dog. Wow. Just... Yeah, also, what is Nico Hulkenberg doing? I got a little too excited there. What's happening? Why is he slow? Because if the car's that fast, why is he slow? Right now.
Because let's see, he finished 16th, 1.2 seconds off the lead.
Which is where we expected both of them to be. But
Exactly. So Hulkenberg on one hand is surprising and not surprising. Not surprising that he's there, but surprising that he's that much slower than Bortoleto.
That's almost, 5 tenths?
Something like
if I'm
that,
not mistaken?
Yeah. Like
Did he do a run on mediums? Or was that on softs?
It doesn't tell me.
Oh. Well, if it was on mediums, kind of makes sense. If it was on softs, wow, that's a big gap. Half a second. That's a big gap. In terms of driver gap average between teammates, you don't really want to see less. You want to see more than 3 tenths. At least. But half a second. That's, in terms of race distance, that does not look good. Yeah, that's very disappointing from Nico Hülkenberg. I expected him to take the reins and completely show Gabriel Bortoleto what it's like to be an F1 driver. Give him like his welcome to F1 moment. And so far, it's been the other way around. It's like, hey, dude, listen, my balls might not have dropped that long ago, but I'm him. I'm him. Stop playing with me. All right? This is the young gun's turn now. I'm Top Gun. That's me. Shama. Let's go. Damn.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's my man's. Anyway.
That rounds out Bleh, meh, or eh.
Yeah, that rounds out practice. I feel like we gave a pretty solid retelling of how things went.
Absolutely.
Maybe a little dramatic, but solid nonetheless.
We gotta be, though.
But we gotta be a little dramatic. Yeah.
To us.
We made this show for a reason, okay? Yeah. If I'm not going to show my passion. Yeah, what are we going to... We're standing on business at S3. What's up? What is up? Dude, yeah. Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Let's get into predictions.
Let's do it.
Worst team and driver.
Worst team and driver. For my worst team of the weekend, I have put, disappointingly, I put Haas. Yeah. They look slow. They look slow. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to think about it that much. Yeah, Haas are the worst team of the weekend. Yeah, they look bad.
Yeah. I didn't put Haas.
Okay.
Aston Martin.
Okay. Yeah. It's really between those two, to be honest with you.
They look terrible, and especially on race day, if it's predicted to be a rainy race. Lance Stroll isn't making it past corner 1.
He might not even make it at the start line. He might spin out and then have the car be okay and then somehow drive it into the gravel pit and get it stuck. Oh, wait. He already did that once. Huh.
Already did that once. Crazy thoughts.
History repeats itself sometimes in the most humorous ways, Jacob. We might just see that.
And that is exactly why I also named Lance Stroll as the worst driver.
Oh, my God. The Lance Stroll slander. Oh, classic F1 joke. Gotta love the Lance Stroll slander.
Yeah, but it's like I just can't put anyone else. I can't put anyone else. I was hovering between putting Lance and Behrman in there.
Okay.
Because Behrman did crash. Who knows if they're going to be able to get that car ready for qualifying, and if they don't, he's going to start at the back. And he's not going to be able to do anything with that. Probably going to end up last in that case. If it happens.
Yeah.
If they get it there and maybe he drives it through qualifying, he does fine. But so that was the toss up between Lance and Ollie, but at the end of the day I chose Lance.
Between the Haas team and the Aston team, as well as a Haas driver and an Aston driver for Jacob. However, my driver is different. Jacob, my worst driver prediction of the weekend is Liam Lawson.
Liam. I mean, he's not looking that great, but worst driver bad
of the weekend. Yep. Think about it like this, all right? It's already gone this bad. He's barely driven around this damn track as is. He didn't even drive on this track competitively before getting into F1. And he's going to drive in the rain? He's not going to do anything. I'd be surprised if he starts in the pit lane, he doesn't finish higher than 15th, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I don't think he's going to do anything, to be honest. Like, no points, no glory. No home race. Hoorah. Nothing. I don't think he's going to do anything.
Wow.
It is going to be the worst first impression ever in a Red Bull seat that we've ever seen. He's not going to be good. Worst driver of the weekend, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
But now let's get into a good conversation.
Yeah.
Our best team and driver of the weekend. My best team of the weekend will be Williams.
Okay.
They're going to be so good.
Respect.
They're going to be so good. If they aren't, I'm going to be really disappointed. Because they can't do that and not be that good. I'm sorry. Come on. Like, they stretch their arms out. They hit one of these. And they're like, we're here. We're here. Ferrari, you dropped me. I'm standing on business. Red Bull, you dropped me. I'm standing on business. We're going to show you why you shouldn't have. We're bringing Williams back. They might just win it all, Jake.
Oh, my God.
I draw my camera again. They might just win it all. We said 1 in a million.
Okay.
Is this the million?
I think I would cry. Tears.
I think I would cry too. Just out of the
first
pure
race.
Just out of pure emotion, I would cry.
Jeez. Okay.
But they're my best team of the weekend for sure. They will be.
Respect. Okay. My best team, I chose Mercedes.
Agreed. It was a toss-up for me between them. Yep.
Yeah. I think Mercedes is looking strong. Not only are they looking strong, but both of their drivers are looking strong. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say that about the other teams. McLaren, where's Lando?
Where's Lando?
Red Bull, where's Lawson?
Nowhere.
Ferrari, where's Lewis?
8th. What's happening, gentlemen?
3 places behind Hamilton in a Ferrari?
Can't be. Impossible.
It seems to me the only logical conclusion for me was picking Mercedes.
100%. Completely agree. They were the only ones that both of the drivers, other than Williams, showed out this weekend so far. Yeah. So honestly, it would be between the two of those teams. Yeah. But like I said, it's the year of the Mercedes powertrain. It just so happens that I predicted that it would be McLaren and Mercedes, not Mercedes and Williams. So it's looking to be interesting so far at the beginning of the year. But for my best driver of the weekend, I picked someone that might surprise you, Jacob.
Will it? I don't. Okay.
Maybe. Maybe. My best driver of the weekend for Australia is Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
No shot. Really? Really? No.
Yes.
Okay, look, he's looking good.
Yes.
But come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
In the rain?
In the rain. I'm going to double down later. Okay? This kid is... Look, Lewis Hamilton's first race. Podium. Kevin Magnussen's first race. Podium. In Australia. Funny enough. 2 young lads. They've done it before. Who's to say that this one can't do it again?
I mean,
why can't we have a shock? It's F1.
I'm a big Antonelli fan too.
Why not?
I think he's gonna do great. I think he's gonna do great. I hope he does. Does he end up on the podium? I sure hope so. I sure hope so, because maybe that hints at something that I'm going to speak on later. But who I chose as my best driver of the weekend, now, of course, also now considering the rain,
Okay.
Verstappen, rain master, puts the car in places it should not be, in conditions that are impossible.
I'm sorry.
Verstappen in the rain. I don't care if the car is looking.
I'm sorry. It's just
Verstappen.
it'll make sense later as to why I'm laughing. But okay. I agree. However, Jacob, I think there's gonna be some ridiculousness that's gonna happen this race.
Okay.
That we'll get to it. That we'll get right into right now. We're gonna do our logical and illogical prediction for the weekend. It's said to do one this time because 3 takes forever. So, I'm gonna start with my logical prediction. There is going to be at least one red flag and at least one safety car this weekend.
Okay.
At least. This is going to be chaos. This is going to be ridiculous. Like, the conditions, these F1 teams haven't seen these conditions in 15 years. Hell, there are F1 teams that weren't even on the grid when it rained the last time. It's true.
Yeah.
Haas didn't exist until 2014, 15. Like, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be chaos. It's either going to be chaos or it's going to be boring. But I'm expecting someone to have an oopsie. At least a couple people have an oopsie. Enough to bring out a red flag and a safety car. That's my logical prediction.
Okay. I like your logical prediction.
Very logical.
I have to agree with your logical prediction. I mean, the chances of a red flag in a safety car are very high. Very high. But my logical prediction was that it is going to be a boring race.
Boo. Everybody boo Jacob. Boo.
I'm sorry. Throw the tomatoes at me. I'll take it. I don't care. I stand by this. I think it's going to be a boring race because it's going to be under safety car or under red flag for a majority of the time. It's just going to be boring. There's not going to be a lot of racing action. Hell, if it's bad enough, it might even get to the point where they have to call it at the 2-hour limit. They don't even reach the entirety of the race distance.
That's really bold.
It might be that bad. It might be that bad.
Okay. All right. You know, that's fair. It's like I said, it's either going to be chaos or it's going to be boring, or honestly, your prediction of it being both is pretty valid, to be honest. Jacob, let's get into our logical prediction.
I'm ready for this one.
You're going to get why I was laughing earlier at your Verstappen pick. There will be a double Red Bull DNF this weekend.
You think there's going to be a double? You think Max is going to... Okay. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. I need to hear this.
Oh shit, my mic. I think that engine issue for Lawson is going to persist. I don't think they're going to have it completely solved. It'll just be out from a mechanical failure. Verstappen, he'll get crashed into. However, it won't be his fault. Someone's going to hit that man. That might be why the red flag comes out. That might be why the safety car comes out. But I expect that whatever happens to him, it will not be his fault. But I think it'll be the worst case scenario for Red Bull this weekend, a double DNF.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing pointing to it. Just,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Big oopsie.
Are you trying to like manifest this or
No, this is just pure illogical nonsense. Just, I'm adding to the chaos, if anything.
Okay. I respect
Yeah.
it. I respect it.
Yeah.
My illogical, you're not even ready for this. This shit is anyway. My illogical choice, my illogical prediction is that the podium, first, second, third, will consist of all rookies.
What? What? All rookies?
You heard me. It's going to be all rookies. Antonelli's going to be there somehow. Bortoletto's going to be there, and Hadjar is going to find.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Everyone's going to crash. Everyone's going to have really bad luck, except for the rookies.
You said it was going to be boring. You just said it was going to be boring. How can you say it was going to be boring and then do this?
This is illogical.
You make a good point, sir. That.
If this happens.
What? Bro. No way.
If this happens, this is the biggest clip that goes viral
No
in the F1 community of all time.
way. We're putting this everywhere. We are putting it on every social, Reddit, everywhere. We're putting it everywhere.
I'm sending it to every Formula One driver on Instagram.
Every single one.
I'm sending it to every single podcast, every single news outlet.
Dude, what? Are you crazy?
Today's day is March 15th at 12:43 a.m., everyone. I just want to let you know.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. I just want to let you know that you heard it here first, and the only time you're ever going to hear this also is that the 2025 Australian Grand Prix is going to finish with 3 rookies on the podium.
I swear to God. I swear to God if that happens.
I'm only here for chaos.
Did you do this? Did you do this? Is this your fault? Real question. No way, dude. No way. No way. No way.
Yeah.
Well, now that we were gonna get to our pure superstition pick, I just realized we forgot to do underdog and underbog. Okay, fine. We'll just speed through it. My underdog team is Alpine because I don't think they're that slow. My underdog driver is Bortoletto because he looks fast. He might be able to sneak out a result. Jacob, your picks.
My underdog team is Racing Bulls.
Solid pick.
I think that they're going to do really well. And to go along with that, my underdog driver is actually Hadjar.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that. I love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I love that. Fire.
I think Racing Bulls is looking real underdog to me. I think that they're going to do really well. And, like we said earlier, Hadjar has really, kind of impressed me already a little bit. So I'm rooting for him, and I genuinely think that he's going to do good.
Agreed. Now, underbog. Real quick. My underbog team is Red Bull. Well, now we know because of my illogical prediction. They're gonna have a bad weekend. My underbog driver is Lewis Hamilton. I think he's gonna be really slow. I don't think he's gonna do well at all. Not a good weekend for Lewis Hamilton. One to forget.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. My underbog team was McLaren.
Care to elaborate?
No. I'm just kidding.
Then what did we make this podcast for if you did not elaborate? Dude.
My underdog team is McLaren. It's just looking. I don't know. I don't know. They just don't. I don't think that they're gonna pull it together on this race.
Okay. It looks like it at this point.
They're gonna pull it together this race, and yeah, it's just that. I mean, Piastri was looking good. Don't get me wrong. He knows this track, but with the weather and with how strong I think everyone else is going to perform, personally, I feel like, McLaren is going to do worse than I want them to do.
Okay.
And my underdog driver was also Lewis Hamilton. I got you.
Let's go.
Dude,
let's go.
And it hurt.
Wow.
It pains me to say it, though.
Me too. I don't want to see him be slow.
It pains me. And I'm really hoping that I completely eat these words and he just takes off into the distance and wins by a minute. But
that would be crazy.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either. Moving on. We sped ran through that because we forgot. Oopsie. Our pure superstition pick for the weekend. Jacob, you're going to hate me for this because it counteracts your preseason prediction, or one of your preseason predictions.
Okay.
Because you'll see my finishing order and you'll be like, oh, you dick. Whoever wins this race will have no chance of winning the championship this year. They will not be contending for the championship. Whoever wins this race, they will not win the championship. In the past, I believe 6-7 years, the person that has won the first race of the season has typically not won the championship. The only person to do that was Max Verstappen in 2023. Pure dominance. How else? The year before that, Charles Leclerc won. He did not win the championship. Before that, I also believe it was Charles Leclerc or Lewis Hamilton, one of those. It was Charles Leclerc, I'm pretty sure. He did not win the championship. When Valtteri Bottas was a Mercedes driver, he won the first race of the year. Lewis Hamilton won the championship. There has been a trend of just
Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz, first win of the year, did not win the championship. We have seen this trend happen over and over and over and over again, where the person that wins the inaugural race does not win the championship, and it's not even close. So whoever wins this race, sorry, it's not your year. Tough luck, buddy.
You better not win this race, then.
Better not win this race. Better not win this race.
Pure super. Okay, I like it. I mean, with the stats, with the history that you just laid out, I mean, it's seeming like statistically history may repeat itself.
Again.
Again.
Even though it's very superstitious, like there's no stat that can back up that at all. There's nothing that can back that up. Like there's no... It's just pure superstition. There's nothing. It's absurd. But anyway.
I get it, though. I really do get it.
Yeah. Jacob, what is your pure superstition prediction for the weekend?
My pure superstition pick is that 9% chance of no rain hits. And it's dry. Completely dry. On race day.
Jacob played a poker tournament last week. Jacob, how long did it take you to bust out of that tournament?
About 45 minutes.
So your history of gambling hasn't really paid off for you recently, has it? 9%? You're betting on 9%?
Pure superstition. pure superstition. And I'm betting on that 9%. I really, I don't know. I just feel like, as much as I think the reason why I say this is because I want a rainy race to happen so bad that I feel like it's not going to happen.
So you're manifesting it so much that you think it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's like when you really, really, really want something, it usually like doesn't come to you. You kind of have to just like let it come to you. I feel like I've been like, oh my God, let's go. Rainy race is going to be pandemonium. All of a sudden, it's going to be dry.
Okay.
I mean, look at my gambling history.
Yeah, good point.
I wanted to win the tournament. I really wanted.
But you didn't. But you didn't. You didn't win it.
Didn't even get close.
It's true. All right. Okay. When you try to manifest a good thing, Jacob at least, historically it hasn't worked out.
At least when it comes to percentages.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm with it. I like that. All right. Now, the last segment before we close this off and go watch some quali. Let's predict the top 5 finishing order for this weekend.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going to start from bottom to top, of course. 5th place this weekend will be Carlos Sainz.
Whoa. Okay, I like that.
P5, a statement to everybody. He's been good around Australia. He's been good. Last year he won the damn thing. Who's to say he can't have a masterclass in the rain and pull off a solid points haul at P5? I think Albon will be close, but I think Sainz solidifies that top 5 position at P5.
Okay. I like that.
Thank you.
In P5, for me, I had Kimi Antonelli. I think he's good. P5 is good. P5
yeah.
If he
yeah,
P5,
that's very good. Very
impressive.
good. Yeah, impressive. Yep, agreed. Wow. Well, all right. I like that. P4 for myself. I have George Russell.
Ooh.
I think he'll have a really solid race. I think he'll be up there. He might miss out on a podium, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a good race for him. I think it'll be a good one for George. Probably 7-8 out of 10 performance. Not much else you could do other than, the spectacular, which we have yet to see from George. So I think P4 is pretty conservative considering, the caliber of George Russell and how he drives. P4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not mad about that. I think really it's kind of I have a feeling that our top 5 is pretty similar, and it's kind of just a toss up between whoever
we shall see.
Luck goes its way. But okay, so P4 for me, I put Leclerc.
What?
I'm a Leclerc fanboy. That's my guy. I think 4th is really good. And the only reason I put him 4th is because of the 3 people who I put above him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think Leclerc's going to do really good. I think P4 is very respectable, and maybe it's a little bit conservative.
Very conservative
for Leclerc, but
yeah.
The people ahead of him, I just think are going to do better this race.
All right. Heading on to the first step of the podium. 3rd place for me. Kimi Antonelli.
You put him on the podium?
I believe Andrea Kimi Antonelli will have the teenage masterclass of the decade and pull off a podium in his first race in F1.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
hope that happens. I hope. I really hope.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay. For P3, me, I put Oscar Piastri. I think he's going to be up there on that podium.
Respectable, considering home race and vibes and all that. That'd be good. That'd be good vibes.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I think that would be really good. For Piastri, just based off of kind of how we think that the race is gonna go. I mean, he's such a cool-headed driver, very capable, very talented, very fast, and so I don't see why not. I don't see where he would be. And I mean, he could even get higher.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
but
100%.
but I put him in third.
All right. Moving on to the second step of the weekend. Second place for me will be Charles Leclerc.
Ooh.
Who is right? Who is right? I think this is Charles Leclerc we're talking about. This is a dog. He wants that damn title. We're going to see the peak of Charles Leclerc's abilities in this one. I think he goes for a solid P2.
God, I hope so. God,
Agreed.
I hope so.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right.
P2 for me. Russell.
I respect that a lot. It was a toss-up for me. Yeah. I had them there originally earlier today, but I changed my mind.
And
I respect that a lot.
it's so
Yeah.
easy.
So you think Antonelli fourth and
Antonelli fifth.
Anthony fifth, Russell second. That's a really good race for Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. I think that's
Exactly how
really
they
solid.
finished in P3.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
in FP3. I think that's exactly how they'll finish.
Yeah. Okay. Second and fifth. All right. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. This is solid.
Yeah.
But who's going to win the whole damn thing? That's the real question.
That is the real question.
And Jacob, you're going to be very surprised that a certain Brit is not here. My winner of the Australian Grand Prix is Oscar Piastri.
Piastri.
That's right. That's right.
Piastri
No.
to win.
No Lando Norris. That's right. Lights out, baby. Lights out. It's going to be lights out from this man. No Lando Norris in the top 5. I don't think Lando's got that dog in him. In fact, he might even get caught up in that accident that I mentioned earlier. He might be in that safety car. He might get a little oopsie daisy. Oscar Piastri will have the race of a lifetime on home turf.
Wow.
On home turf.
Oscar
and win it.
for real.
But that also means, Jacob, based on my pure superstition pick, that Oscar Piastri will not contend for the title this year.
Dang.
Vibes have consequences, my friend.
I like this.
Vibes have consequences.
I like this. Okay. But my number one, who I think is going to win this race, based off what we think it's going to look like, Verstappen.
Very fair. Yeah. If my prediction doesn't happen, double DNF,
Yeah,
I could totally see Verstappen winning the first race, for sure.
absolutely.
But that would also mean, based on my other prediction, that he would not win the title. He would not win 5.
Ooh, true.
Very true.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. That would be nuts if that came true. Well, all right. So just to recap, I'm going to go first for my order. 5th, Sainz. 4th, George Russell. 3rd place, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, a podium for his first race in F1. 2nd, Charles Leclerc. And 1st, the home man, Oscar Piastri. But as a consequence, that would mean, based on my earlier prediction, he would not contend for the F1 driver's title this year. Jacob?
Okay. My P5, I put Antonelli. Fourth place, I put Leclerc. Third place, I put. Wait, I'm blanking. Who did I put for third?
Did you not write it down? What? What do you mean?
No,
I think you put Leclerc, no?
No, I put Leclerc for fourth. Wait, this is so bad. No, this one, for whatever reason, I didn't write down because I was like, okay, yeah, I got it in my head. Wait, who did I put third?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, wait.
Wait.
Okay, Antonelli 5.
Yeah.
Leclerc 4.
Yeah.
I put Russell P2 and
Yes, you did.
Verstappen P1.
Yes, you did. Did you put
didn't say-
Oscar?
I didn't
You
say
put
Hamilton.
Oscar. You put Oscar.
I
You put Oscar. Wow, so we
put
both think that Lando's not going to get top 5.
Yeah. We don't, unfortunately.
Wow, that is very bold at S3. No top 5 finish for Lando Norris, the title favorite.
And it hurts me to even say it because I'm a Lando fan.
Yeah, he looks slow,
want him
man.
to win the title this year.
He looks slow this weekend. Yeah.
But based off of the information that we have, I could not put him in the top 5.
I agree. Yeah, me too. Wow. What a somber note to leave off our pre-Australia preview, Jacob. But I think it's going to be an exciting one. You think it's going to be boring. We'll see how things pan out. But, ladies and gentlemen, and my they-thems, we have some qualifying to go watch, Jacob and I. So, we are going to leave it here. Thank you for watching our Australia preview at S3, Sector 3. We hope you enjoyed everything. We hope you had some laughs. We hope you enjoyed our predictions. And let us know what you're thinking for this weekend in the comments section below. Give us a like. Give us a little subscribe. Share the video with some of your friends and family that might be into the sport as much as we are. And they can follow us in our crazy little journey over here at Sector 3 for the rest of the season. We're going to go catch qualifying. Everybody have a good rest of your Saturday. Deuces.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom.